Hello and welcome to this Python scripting tutorial for VRED Pro. I'm your host Christopher, and today I will show you how you can add your own tools to the VR menu. When you're doing design reviews in VR or have been working with VR in general, you probably already came in touch with the VR menu. The VR menu is an interface that is integrated in VRED and contains lots of useful tools when working in VR. It's displayed in your 3D environment and can be used with the controllers of your VR headset. You can open it by going to Script in the menu bar where you see the option VR menu. At the bottom of the list you see the entry Show VR menu. Here you also have the ability to toggle on and off entries to customize the tools that should be included. Adding tools to the menu is done with the VR Immersive UI service. The service allows you to create new tools with the Create Tool function and specify its behavior. After creating the tool, we set its name and connect to one of the signals to start or stop the tool. My goal is to add a tool that enables a turntable that is automatically added to our scene, so that the model we are reviewing is rotating slowly. Therefore, our tool should be called turntable. There's a total of 5 signals we can use to interact with the tool: clicked, checked and unchecked, view opened and view closed. For this example, I want to use the checked and unchecked signals that tell me when our turntable gets enabled or disabled. We can test our custom tool by using some print messages and the signal callbacks. Everything's working fine so far, and we can continue implementing our turntable. Now I want to implement the basic logic that adds a turntable in our scene and rotates the model. I took the code from an example script that is provided with VRED and added some of my own lines of code. We need a clever way to mark all the nodes in our scene that should rotate when we activate the tool. I will use a simple keyword that I add to the name of the node. I chose the keyword tool_turntable for this. First, we need 2 global variables that hold our turntable interpolator and a rotation slider. Then we implement the enable turntable function in our checked signal callback. We can use the find function from the API version 2 that works with wildcards to find our turntable node and get a reference to it. Then we follow the VRED turntable example and implement our own turntable. We just have to be careful that our interpolator and rotation slider are kept in the global scope, because otherwise the interpolator would not work. At the end, we set the interpolator active, which should enable our turntable. The disable turntable function is rather easy. We just set the interpolator inactive. An if condition helps us to prevent calling the function accidentally when the interpolator is still set to none, because this would raise an exception. When we run this example and enable our new tool, we can see that our turntable is working correctly. Right now, our tool only has a name tag to identify. But we also want to add an icon to make it A, more recognizable, and B, way cooler. There are multiple ways to add icons, but for this example, I add the icons by encoding them as a base64 string. This way, I can add the images directly to my script as text. You can use web services to convert your icons to a base64 encoded string and then copy the result to your code. With a few extra lines, we can convert our base64 encoded icons to a Q icon and add them to our tool. Here we put the icon code in a function to tidy it up a little bit. We basically create a pixmap from our base64 strings and then add them to a Q icon with an on and off state. This way we will see the correct icon when enabling or disabling our turntable. In the VRED examples, you will also find other ways to add icons to your tool. When we run our script, we see that our tool now has a fancy icon that changes state when enabling or disabling our turntable. If you want, you can extend the script so that our turntable returns to its original rotation when we disable it. We will keep this as a homework for you. In this tutorial, we created a whole new tool that we can add to our VR menu and use it in presentations or design reviews. Right now our tool is stored in the script editor of our scene, but I recommend saving it as a single Python file. This way you only have to import it in your scene when you need it. You just have to add the keyword to a node you like to turn into a turntable and you're good to go. There are multiple different ways to create a new tool for VR, but discussing them all would go beyond the scope of this video. If you're interested, there's a VRED example that covers a few other techniques, like creating a menu structure with PySide. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial about creating your own VR tool. Thanks for watching and see you next time.